class, refinement, elegance. All of these things that personify the Dominion have been distilled and represented in Robot House by Snaxx. When I first saw screenshots of Robot House, I thought it was actually a tier 2 Dominion structure. With its huge amount of space and section rooms, I assumed it was one of the spacious housing models. I ended up buying a Cassian house for myself, just to see what an empty house looks like next to this one. And it's amazing. Snaxx has managed to cram so much stuff into his house, without making his house look like it's got a bunch of stuff crammed in it. Now, the sectioning is actually done through the use of the wooden plank primitive. The entire roof is made up of individual planks, which then translate into the floor on the second level. And he's even aligned some of the boards to create some steps that lead up into a sort of semi-loft area. And speaking of steps, the stairs that take you up to the second level, they're not those ones you can buy from the housing vendor. Snaxx made his own stairs, using the same wooden boards, so everything looks uniform. Going back to the loft, it has to be my favourite room in the house. This dark little corner of the roof has been purposed into the perfect shady gambling den, utilising the instant card game prop that I can't wait to get my hands on. The stool being knocked over and the knives stuck in the walls do a good job of suggesting that the last game didn't go so well. And it's not surprising, considering the stakes were so high. Which, I mean, just speaking of knives in the walls, I find it really fitting that in a Dominion house, the one knife that's stabbed into the poster goes right through one of the main characters of the Exiles. Sorry, Deadeye. He's also managed to make for himself not just one, but 2 study areas. By some clever use of Cassian walls and pillars, the corner room serves as a private reading area, for when you want to take your important literature somewhere and be alone. And I am 100% stealing that diagonal doorway technique because it looks great. Heading back downstairs and into the main entertainment area, I'm very impressed with how Snaxx took what is essentially an open living space and still manages to create some very defined areas. The kitchen's probably the best example. By using a piece of tiled flooring, he separates it from the rest of the room and makes it obvious that it's a cooking area. I'm also very impressed with his creation of a cornered countertop by using a bar prop and simply hiding a section of it in the wall. His bar is also well stocked, with lots of flavoursome props added, and it's a great sight when you first enter the house, before your eyes are drawn to the left to see his very religious looking reading area, and to the right to his wall full of bragging rights. All in all, the entire house has a perfect aesthetic that just screams Dominion, and everything works together. I'm sad that it was lost at the end of the beta, but I'm sure Snaxx is happily living on Pergo now and crafting his next home sweet home. There's also one thing I should mention before I end the video. You see, he's also done some work to the exterior of his house. In fact, his house is a giant mechanical chewer. So there's that.
Robot House!